Hi, I'm Elise. You can also call me Alice. I've had this channel for a minute now and haven't really posted much. Lots of shit's been going on since then. I'm gonna do my makeup and film it, post it if this ends up being cool, and pretend there's someone else here with me because quarantine gets a little bit lonely in a small college town when you're living alone for the first time. I'm trying to figure out what kind of look I want to do today. I'm not doing anything because it's quarantine. I'm gonna go outside on a walk. Kind of one of the things that like made me actually, I'm gonna start doing makeup before I forget. This is my Ye Olde Faithful Glossier Boy Brow in the shade brown. The main reason for me making this video was I recently came out to a couple of friends, and I guess now to the larger world, as a non-binary individual. I'm not a boy or a girl. Just perceive me as a threat. I still do use she, her pronouns. I also use they, them. Feel free to use whichever make you comfortable. Both of them make me comfortable, so I don't really care. But yeah, I just wanted to like talk about that a little bit because again, with pandemic happening, not able to talk about as many things as I want to as many people as I want to. I think that I always value the insight that I can get from others. Because my boy brow is almost out, I never really do this, but I'm gonna do this right now. I'm going in with, what shade? I think Primal from my Naked 2 Basics palette. Remember when this was a thing? Because I do. Oh, I lied. I'm gonna mix Primal and Cove because I think Primal's a little bit too ashy for my eyebrows. But yeah, I'm just gonna use this timer. Yeah, when I talk things through with other people, I feel like I generally have a more well-rounded sense of things that are going on because it gets me out of my own head and forces me to think about something from the perspective of someone else, which sometimes I can be not great at, if I'm being honest. Let's see. I can't decide if I want to look like cute and feminine or cute and masculine or like cute and confusing. So when I kind of came out to myself, at least, as non-binary or queer, just not belonging 100% to femininity, never really feeling comfortable in that kind of body, in that kind of space. I have my period right now too, which has always been a weird time for me. Never really, I'm not sure, there must be other queer people that feel the same way, especially like AFAB people. When you get your period, how do you like cope? Because I hate it and it makes me want to rip out my uterus. I realized when I came out to myself, because I did that like a long time before I told anyone else, I've been questioning my gender, honestly since Euphoria came out. If we're being completely honest with ourselves here, I really am in love with Hunter Schafer, and seeing her like in the flesh exist, seeing her in the flesh was like, oh shit, like, I don't really know if, I mean, I already knew, I was already out to people as bisexual. I think that I'm still trying to figure out the subtle differences, for me at least, between being bisexual and pansexual. Because I think pansexual just gets into a lot more specificity, which I appreciate, but for myself and for where I'm at right now, I'm not sure how much I need the extra specificity of a pansexual label versus a bisexual label. The palette that I used was the Zulu by Juvia's Place. Black, female owned, I believe. Very genuinely, this is the only makeup palette that I mean, mine's really gross. I got this when I was working at Ulta a while ago. It's a little bit destroyed, but this is the only eyeshadow palette I've been using pretty much since I got it, and I kind of got it on a whim. I'm really into it. You see the pigment on here. Stunning, 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 stunning. I'm gonna use some of the Too Faced Hangover Primer real quick. I'm not done with my eyes. I just like to let my primer set, because in the summer especially, I have fairly oily skin, and really huge pores. And I'm not gonna wear a lot of makeup at all. For my standard, at least. I just like to make sure I don't have a lot of cream products, because some of my stuff is pretty old. I just like to make sure that if I do use a powder, or if I use some sort of highlight, that it stays and I don't end up looking like Edward Cullen throughout the day. This is one of the Stila liquid eyeshadows. This is in Starlight. Also got this while I was working at Ulta, I will say. They have some nice PR stuff when you start working there. This is the Lancome Le Stylo Waterproof in Bronze Riche. I think I said all of that correctly. I hate being an American that did not grow up learning, and I mean, I took Chinese for 4 years. I can't remember shit. I'll just do like a little baby, like not quite wing, but just a little depth. We're gonna skip base makeup for today. We're gonna let this have its moment. We're gonna do some blush though. I think I'm feeling cute, so we're gonna go with more of a pinky kind of thing. This is a lipstick. I think it's an Estee Lauder one in Candy that was my friend's mom's. And my friend was going through her mom's makeup drawer, or somehow this got into my friend's hand. She was like, I don't want it, and you have a lot of makeup, so you can use it. So I'm just gonna do that. This one's nice because I feel like it blends into my skin well. It's kind of like the shade, it's kind of my blush shade, personally, which I'm very into. Am I applying this the correct way? No. Should I probably be using a sponge so I'm not pulling at my skin? Absolutely. Am I gonna do that? No. Not because I don't have it, but just because I guess I'm just a little. Let's see. So this is like a liquid highlighter from e.l.f. It has vitamin E oil in it, which I guess it's supposed to be good for your skin. I used to know this shit. I used to speak about these things with such authority, which is also why I worked at Ulta. So like, I used to speak about these things with such authority, which is also why I worked at Ulta. Ulta was also one of the first places that I had experience interacting with another person who didn't view themselves on the gender binary. My coworker, or one of my coworkers, was non-binary, a queer person, and I felt very welcomed by them. We didn't know each other very well at all, but there was a sense of just camaraderie between us, I thought, at least. I looked up to them a lot. They also had the position that I wanted coming in, and were trying to help me figure out a way. They were leaving or getting promoted, and they were trying to help me figure out a way to talk to management and see if I could take their old position, which is not the sole reason that I think that they're cool as fuck. It was one of the first places that I was like actually around a lot of queer people. A lot of people that I worked with were queer, and it was cool. It just felt like I could really do anything. And like I said, it was also around the time that Euphoria came out. I think that you have the right to do whatever you want to this, because this is going to be eaten by the worms in the ground in a while. Like, this is not permanent. You're not the voice in your head. You're also not your physical self, in my belief. And there's just more. So if you want to be like me and spend a million years drawing fake freckles on your face with Anastasia Dip Brow that you had since you were 12, then yeah, it's a great time. Highly recommend. Like I said, this is Anastasia Dip Brow and like a Real Techniques brush that I did trim because it wasn't pointy enough for me when I try and do these. Everyone always says I look like a Snapchat filter, and it really makes me happy. Because yeah, like if this isn't real, I don't want to pretend that it is in that type of way, you know? I'm not trying to necessarily catfish. I'm just trying to make you a little bit confused about your perceptions of beauty and of gender and life in general. And then I'm gonna use the Glossier Lash Slick, this little guy. I do love Glossier. I also love what they've been doing for Black Lives Matter and being able to donate obscenely large sums of money that they have reasonably. Like, reallocating and redistributing wealth, especially at a large corporate level, knowing they have the kind of following that they have, yeah, all about it, obviously. I'm not always a huge fan of buying makeup though, especially from larger retailers. I'm not saying that Glossier is huge, but they've gotten really big over the past couple of years. I remember being terrified to try their stuff because it was like a new trendy thing, and people were like, it's fake makeup. It's not for real people. It's for like fake people that are already pretty. And some of that I do agree with. I mean, if you're really trying to cover something, Glossier probably is not for you, which is totally fine. And that's why there are a variety of different kinds of cosmetics out there for different purposes and different people that are seeking different things. because makeup is for everyone. Anything that like gained traction as being like a trendy product, because trends to me, I wrote a blog post about this a while ago. To me, trends can sometimes be synonymous with wasteful, and I'm trying to actively live a low waist lifestyle. Corona's making that harder. If anyone else out there also trying to live low waist, zero waist, minimal lifestyles, I am vegan too. But if anyone's in a similar boat, Corona's been making it really difficult for me to really invest the time and energy into finding low waist alternatives. If anyone has any tips for how to continue leading a low waist lifestyle during Corona, I would love to hear all of your tips. I'm going back in with the same shade. I'm just putting a little bit on my lips. Just feel like a little sheen. But yeah, low waist lifestyle in Corona, babies. If you've got some tricks up your sleeve, please let me know. I think I'm gonna do, this used to be lipstick, but I washed it, so I put it in this container, which used to have a gel eyeliner in it. So that's why I saw the packaging is like a little bit black. Alright, so I'm gonna put on earrings and do any sort of touch-ups that I need to do, and I will be back. This is the finished look. This is me. This is my little blue grayish mullet thing that kind of happened by accident. But thank you for watching. This really had no point to it. Just out here having fun. But yeah, if you want to see more of these, let me know. I do my makeup almost every day. I can talk to myself too if you really want me to. Like, comment, do all that fun stuff, and let me know how you like it. Let me know if you want to see more. Thanks for watching. Bye.